Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is Miss Danielson and I'm here with you for yet another lesson on integers. Today we're looking at integer division. I hope you joined us for our previous lesson on integers addition, subtraction, and multiplication. If not, I'm linking them down in the description box for you below. Otherwise, let's just get started. Much like when we were multiplying two values with the same sign, if you've got the same sign, the answer will be positive. So a positive divided by a positive gives a positive answer, or a negative divided by a negative gives a positive answer. So just like when we were multiplying integers, we can now ignore the signs and simply focus on the absolute values. Remember, the absolute values are just the numbers without the plus or minus sign, because the absolute value is the distance of that value from 0 in either direction. So for example, positive 8 divided by positive 4, we'll simply know that our sign for our answer is going to be positive because both of these values have the same sign. And then I just do the absolute value. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So our answer is positive 2. Same thing with question B. I've got negative 16 divided by negative 4. The signs of both of those values are the same, so I know my answer will be positive. So ignore those signs, just focus on the absolute values. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So our answer is positive 4. But when the signs are opposite, the opposite is true. If we do a positive divided by a negative or a negative divided by a positive, we know that our answer will be negative. Still, we perform the division as usual, just focusing on the absolute values. So for example, in A, negative 24 divided by positive 3, the signs are opposite, so I know my answer is negative. 24 divided by 3 is 8, so my answer is negative 8. And for B, I'm doing a positive divided by a negative, so I know my answer is negative. So I can just look at the absolute values, 18 and 6, and 18 divided by 6 is 3, so my answer will be negative 3. Now that we've gone through integer addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, you should be able to fill in these tables of values using different integer values. For question A, we're given an equation, which is a rule for the value of y. Y must be equal to the x value plus 4. So this is integer addition. If our x value is negative 3, as it is in this first case here, we have to work out the y value by working out what negative 3 plus 4 is. You may want to think of that as 4 minus 3, which is positive 1. Next, if x were equal to negative 2, we're starting from negative 2, we're adding 4 to that, so the value is getting less negative, and again, 4 is bigger than 2, so it's even going into the positive. Y will be positive 2. Hit pause if you feel like you can get through that on your own. Otherwise, I'll just keep going. If x is equal to negative 1, y is equal to negative 1 plus 4. If it helps, you can think of that as 4 minus 1. That's going to be positive 3. This one should be easy. If x is equal to 0, y will be equal to 0 plus 4. 0 plus 4 is positive 4. And now we're getting into positive integers here, so this is simply adding. If x is 1, y is 1 plus 4. That's positive 5. If x is 2, y is 2 plus 4. That's 6, positive 6. Okay, so fairly straightforward, I hope, integer addition. Let's go on to a division here. Y is equal to whatever x is divided by 2. So if x is negative 2, negative 2 divided by, this is a positive 2, the signs are opposite, my answer will be negative. What's 2 divided by 2? It's 1, so my answer is negative 1. If x is equal to negative 1 divided by 2. Pay attention to the order here. This is not 2 divided by negative 1. Negative divided by positive will give me a negative answer. And 1 divided by 2 is not 2, it's a half. 0.5. So in this case, negative 0.5, because the signs were opposite. Next, if x is 0, 0 divided by 2, it's not impossible. If you have 0 and you cut it in half, you will still have 0. If x is positive 1, 1 divided by 2 is a half, or 0.5. Positive 0.5 because the signs are the same. Again, if x is 2 divided by 2, positive 2 divided by positive 2, my answer is positive because the signs are the same. It's positive 1. And finally, if x is 3, positive 3 divided by positive 2, the signs are the same, so my answer will be positive. That's positive 1.5. Questions C and D may involve some rearranging to make this easier for you. If you're trying to work out what y's value is, it would help to have this equation in such a way that y is the subject, that is, y is by itself. So let's send the x over to the other side. Right now the x is adding to the y. To get the y by itself, we need to undo that addition. The opposite of add is subtract. So I'll write y is equal to 7 minus the x. And now we've got an integer subtraction here, because x could have any value, positive or negative. If x is equal to negative 4, y is equal to 7 minus negative 4. Remember what a double negative means? Taking away cold water will make the bath hotter. So that's plus. I'm doing 7 plus 4, which is positive 11. If x is equal to negative 2, again, 7 minus negative 2, double negative there means plus. 7 plus 2 is positive 9. If x is equal to 0, that should be easy enough. 7 minus 0 is still 7, positive 7. If x is equal to 2, we're doing 7 minus x's value, so 7 minus 2, that would be positive 5. If x is equal to 4, we'll do 7 minus positive 4. 7 minus 4 is positive 3. And if x is equal to 6, 7 minus positive 6 is positive 1. You can double check your answers here by putting these pairs of values back into this equation. Negative 4 plus positive 11 gives us 7. Negative 2 plus positive 9 gives us 7. All of these pairs should add up to 7, because that's the rule we followed in order to find our y values. Finally, for question D, maybe you want to try and rearrange this on your own before I tell you how. You want to get y on its own? Think about what x is doing to the y. Let's undo that to get y on its own. 2 letters next to each other means they're being multiplied. So y is equal to negative 12 divided by x. Now, I've written this in a fraction, as I preferred you to do. It's just a little bit easier as a fraction for me to see if I'm dividing by a positive or a negative. In this first case, where x is negative 3, I'm doing a negative 12 divided by a negative 3. The signs are the same, so you should know that that means our answer will be positive. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so positive 4. Next, if x is equal to negative 2, negative 12 divided by negative 2, the signs are the same, so my answer will be positive. And 12 divided by 2 is 6, so positive 6. Then when x is equal to negative 1, negative 12 divided by negative 1, the signs are the same, so our answer is positive. 12 divided by 1 is positive 12. Now when x is equal to 0, we can't actually divide by 0. It's not possible. So you might want to leave this one blank, or you might put infinity. If x is equal to 1, negative 12 divided by positive 1, the signs are opposite, so our answer will be negative. That's going to be negative 12. And if we do negative 12 divided by positive 2, signs are opposite, our answer is negative. 12 divided by 2 is 6, so negative 6. On to some filling in the blanks here. You may be able to do these on your own, so hit pause and try that if you can. Let's do question A first. Positive 18 divided by negative 2. It's fairly straightforward. The signs are opposite, so we know our answer is negative. 18 divided by 2 is 9, so negative 9. For question B, let's start by rearranging this. 7 times something is equal to negative 21. To get that something on its own, the opposite of multiply is divide. So I'll do negative 21 divided by negative 7. I don't change the negative to positive. I just change the multiply to divide. Negative 21 divided by negative 7. The signs are the same, so the answer is positive. And that's 21 divided by 7, that's 3. Positive 3. Check your answer. -7 times +3. The signs are opposite, so our answer is supposed to be negative. 7 times 3 is 21, so we got it, -21. Question C, similar to B, maybe you want to rearrange that on your own first. We want to know what the blank is, so let's get that blank on its own. Opposite of multiply is divide, so let's move the +2 to the other side, and we'll do -12 divided by +2. Negative divided by positive, our signs are opposite, so our answer will be negative. 12 divided by 2 is 6, so -6. Double check that answer. -6 times +2. Opposite signs give us a negative answer, and 6 times 2 is 12, so -12. Perfect. Question D, again pretty straightforward. Negative divided by negative gives us a positive answer, and absolute value is 18 divided by 3 is 6, so +6. Hopefully that's fairly straightforward. Let's go on to some practice. Go ahead and copy these questions down. Questions 1 to 5 should be fairly straightforward. Just do the division, paying attention to the signs to decide the sign of your answer. Questions 6 to 10 will need some rearranging. Go ahead and hit pause now. Make sure you show your working, particularly for questions 6 to 10, and hit play when you're ready to take it up. I hope you had a chance to hit pause. Here come your answers. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, although I didn't show my working, I hope you showed your working. And if you have any mistakes, please leave me a comment down in the comment section so we can sort out any doubts. Otherwise, well done. And till next time, take care. I'll see you soon.